people have this thought that like the Jews are trying to like reconquer an area or something where they don't really understand. And we're going to get into history. So I guess we'll start with some of the history, but then we really have to get into some of the religious history to start with the land history, right? But just on a pure, right? You know where I'm going, right?
It starts at the beginning.
Right.
You know, the beginning of this is the beginning.
Right. But on the pure, we'll get that. But the pure land basis, Judea, Samaria, Israel, these are the areas that the Jews, when they're talking about their homeland, they're talking about that. And these are areas
commonly known now, again, by design, is the West Bank.
The West Bank is Judea, Samaria.
Correct.
Right. But the nation of Israel is as old as time, right? Like,
yeah, you know, if I may,
sure.
I want to direct you to, and that is all true, because we can get into the issue of the land all day.
Right.
But I think that is a distraction. I think that we have to put it in a modern example so that people can relate to it.
Go for it.
And first of all, I think in my mind, and I could be wrong about this, but it's my perception that the perception is that Jews in 1948 all got on these big 747s and they just flew into this beautiful Tel Aviv,
right,
and Haifa, and kicked the Arabs all out of their, you know, expensive condos and said, you know, we're taking back our land.
Right.
And again, all of these lies that are told are perpetuated on purpose. So, but the actual fact of the matter is that, you know, Jews started returning, and they started returning in mass. There's no question about that. But the land that they ended up on, they purchased, they didn't steal, and most of the people that sold them that land weren't the people that were living on it, farmers, tenants. They were sold by well-to-do Effendi who lived in the northern part of the region.
Oh.
So the Jews came in and they bought the swamp and they bought the desert. You know, they didn't buy and weren't sold fertile land.
Oh.
So if you look at pictures of Tel Aviv from, say, 1920, you're going to see a barren,
completely barren.